अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज हम जो वीडियो शुरू कर रहे हैं वो इसकी है, लेकिन ये MCQs तमाम पेपर से चुन चुन कर जो है कलेक्ट की गए हैं। तो दिस इज़ द वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट वीडियो, ख़ासकर हेड मिस्ट्रेस, ASDO, SDO और एजुकेशन लेक्चरर वालों के लिए ये वीडियो बहुत ज़्यादा अहम है। तो आपने इस वीडियो को पूरा देखना है और ये इस वीडियो में तमाम तर वो अहम MCQ जो मुख्तलिफ पेपर्स में बार बार आए हैं वो सारे हम डिस्कस करेंगे। एजुकेशन इज़ derived from the Latin word educare. Education means to grow, to draw out. Words pedagogy means to lead the child. Pedagogy is concerned with the teaching methods. Learning means change in the behavior. A sound mind in a body a sound mind in a sound body is saying of Aristotle. The basic source of the educational objective is the human experience. Determining the aims of the education is the responsibility of the society. Real goal of the education should be acquiring skills, habit and knowledge. Next question है, non-formal education has the flexible rules of the entry and exit. Formal education has rigid rule of the entry and exit. Informal education has no entry of the no rules of the entry and exit. The education confined to the educational institution is called formal education. Education is not pre-planned in the informal education. Informal education is a lifelong. Important element of the non-formal education is the media. Source of the formal education is the school, medium and the library. Informal education is the incidental. Formal education is a well-defined curriculum. The sum of the curricular and co-curricular activities is called curriculum. Determine the value of the worth of the anything is called evaluation. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं। तो यहाँ पर ये क्वेश्चन दोबारा रिपीट हुआ है कि नॉन फॉर्मल एजुकेशन हैज़ flexible rules of the entry and exit. The formal education has the rigid rule of the entry and exit. यहाँ पर हम कह सकते हैं कि the sum of the curricular and co-curricular activities is curriculum. Determine the value of the worth of the anything is evaluation. The literal meaning of the philosophy is the law of the wisdom. Axiology in the philosophy deal with the values. Epistemology deal with the knowledge. Ontology deal with the reality. Ontology is also called metaphysics. Metaphysics deal with the reality. Ecclesiasticism means different philosophies. Everlasting reality is focused on the perennials. Everlasting reality is focused on perennials. Useful culture and the skill is emphasized in the essentialism. Life is continuous process is base of the progressivism. Formal reforms are necessary and all walk of the life is focused on the reconstructionalism. Study of the great book is the core of the perennialism. Perennialist यहाँ पर school should be run on the democratic lines is held by the progressivism. Essentialist stress on the mental discipline. Human nature remain the same anywhere, hence education should be same philosophy of ये किस नज़रिए के मुताबिक है, तो ये है perennialism कि human nature remain the same everywhere, hence the education philosophy should be same. ये perennialism वालों का जो है वो अक़ीदा है. Ethics and the aesthetics are the component of the axiology. Essentialists would get their aim of the education from the tradition. The essentialist philosophy of the education is content and the teaching center. The objective of the education comes from the philosophy every system of the education is based on the ideology of the nation. Non-formal education has पर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है expected life outcomes from the education is referred as the aims being the science wisdom philosophy aim at the search of the reality. According to the Charter Act 1913, education is the responsibility of the East India Company. Scientific Society was established by the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in the 1964. The Deoband was established by Maulana Muhammad Yaqub Nanatvi in the 1867. Anjuman Himayatul Islam was established by the Khalifa Hamiduddin in the 1887. Punjab University was established in 1887. Nadwatul Ulama was established by the Maulana Shubli Nomani in the 1894. Jamia Millia Islamia was established by the Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar. It was Jamia Millia Islamia is established by Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar in the 1930. Al-Iqbal Open University established under the policy of 1972. The member of the domain in the taxonomies of the education objective is the three taxonomies of the educational objective was presented in 1956. Educational taxonomy are cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain. Cognitive domains. The theory of cognitive domain was formulated by the Benjamin Bloom, American educationalist, in the 1956. It has 6 levels. The levels of the cognitive domain is the knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Lower level of the cognitive domain is the knowledge. Higher level of the cognitive domain is the evaluation. Affective domain. Affective domain is the Carthol, Bloom, and Messier. Affective domain was formulated by or discovered by the Carthol, Bloom, and Messier in the 1965. It has 5 level of the affective domain are the receiving, are attending, responding, valuing, organizing, and characterization. Low level of the affective domain is the receiving or attending. Highest level of the affective domain is the characterization. Psychomotor domain is the Anita Etaro. Psychomotor domain was discovered by the Anita Etawar Simpson in the 1972. It has 7 level. Psychomotor domain has 7 level. Level of psychomotor domain is the reflex movement, fundamental movement, perceptual abilities, physical abilities, skill, movement, and non-discursive organization. Low level of the psychomotor domain is the reflex movement. Higher level of the psychomotor domain is the organization. Cognitive domain was discovered by the mental. Cognitive domain deal with the mental skills or the intellectual skill head. Affective domain deal with emotion or the heart. Psychomotor domain deal with the physical skills or the hand. Teaching goal is the described change in the behavior. SLO stands for the structure of the observed learning outcomes. Next question is the solar taxonomy consists of the five domain. Level of the solar taxonomy was the free structure, unistructure, multi-structure, relative, extended, abstract. Student passive in the lecture